Hello and welcome. I'm Bonnie Graves, and I'm very excited this morning to be talking with one of the most talented lady executive chefs cooking here on the Central Coast. I'm having a little breakfast this morning with executive chef Pandee Pearson, and we are here on the gorgeous deck, appropriately named the Lido restaurant at Dolphin Bay Resort, just outside Pismo Beach. So Pandee, thanks for being here this morning.
My pleasure.
So I have to say, one of the most gorgeous pieces of oceanfront real estate. I mean, with a view like this, it's nice work if you can get it, huh?
Can't beat it.
So tell me a little bit about what brought you to this part of California and a little bit about what you're excited to do here at Lido.
I moved to the Central Coast because it absolutely has everything a chef would ever want. Fresh seafood, excellent produce, and wine.
Yes.
That's the trifecta for me.
Well, we've been talking quite a bit with a number of wineries in the area, in the Edna Valley especially. And for me, with a background as a sommelier, I knew about the Edna Valley long before most people. And I think the secret is kind of slowly getting out that there's this amazing wine country. A lot of people, they know Napa, they know Sonoma, maybe they know Santa Barbara. But when you say Edna Valley or you say Pismo, there's a little bit of a disconnect there. So what do you think that comes from? Or is it a secret we want to share or a secret we want to keep secret?
I think it's a secret we want to share. There's some awesome wines coming out of Edna Valley and the surrounding areas, and I think the word's out.
Yeah, I like what you had to say about it kind of being a trifecta chef's dream, because we really do have incredible access to fresh shellfish and fish and, farmers market bounty. It's almost kind of an embarrassment of riches. Is there a particular sort of, farm to table is a real kind of catchphrase these days, but when you're thinking about the food that you want to create at Lido, is there a particular sort of philosophy that's driving that for you?
Absolutely. I have a farm partner.
Oh, cool.
Who's doing a lot of custom growing for me. We have over 90 varieties of heirloom tomatoes in the ground. We've picked out all the squash. I've kind of handpicked a lot of produce that's going to be coming up this summer.
Wonderful.
So I'm really looking forward to the summer menu to showcase all those ingredients.
That's kind of a really interesting model. One of the things we were talking about with a number of winemakers is the relationship between the grape growers and the winemaker, where they have that connection to the land, so they can say, hey, farm these rows or farm this vineyard in the way that I want, so I have the materials to make the wine that I want. And it's really kind of the same concept, I think, for a chef to be able to say, here's the land, here's the tomatoes I'd really like, and that kind of interaction between the grower and the chef is something that I think everybody wins and benefits by.
Oh, absolutely. I started out just buying lettuce from this man, and we started talking and started doing a little bit of custom growing, and last year we completely designed the garden.
That is amazing.
Yeah, that's
Do you see
awesome.
that as a trend, like custom growing, where are there other chefs that are kind of experimenting with that model, being that directly involved?
I think so. It's just a passion of mine, so it's really fun for me to work both sides of that angle,
Yeah,
to be able to have that connection and then
80 kinds
put
of
it on the
tomatoes.
plate.
We have to talk favorite tomatoes. Do you have any? It's like asking a mom, what's your favorite kid? What's your favorite heirloom?
I don't know. I like the big slicing tomatoes, all the stripes. I love all the little sweet cherry tomatoes, all the
Yeah.
sweet 100s, all the sun golds. I'm growing some little tiny, 5 different varieties of currant tomatoes this year.
Wow.
They kind of keep on the vine. It goes the whole gambit.
Well, and it takes chefs that have a commitment to that diversity to frankly keep those products in the marketplace. I mean, that's another thing. Same thing with kind of obscure grape varieties. I was tasting some great Gruner Veltliner with John Niven yesterday. And, some of those more obscure types of tomatoes or types of heirloom vegetables are going to simply disappear if they don't have sort of chef advocates behind them. And then, educating consumers, putting it on the plate and saying, here's a tomato from Costco grown in a hothouse somewhere, and then let alone the carbon footprint and all those kinds of things. But to really put that experience on the plate in front of a guest at a restaurant, I think is essential.
Absolutely. And the gardens are 2 miles away.
Yay!
So it's right there.
Wonderful. Well, let's talk a little bit more about the menu at Lido. And I know you guys do, in fact, I've experienced it and enjoyed it, an amazing brunch and breakfast. And for dinner, are you looking at doing, is it going to be seafood based, or is it going to be broader in terms of the menu you're looking at, or are you still kind of formulating that?
It's going to have a lot of seafood on it. It's summer and a lighter fare, and I really want to try to keep things as clean tight as possible and using all the ingredients that are available.
Wonderful.
I don't want to mess with them too much, just kind of let everything shine.
Wonderful. Well, I'm really excited. I have to say, this is again one of the most scenic restaurants that I've been fortunate enough to dine in, and I think with Pandee on board, we're going to see Lido and Dolphin Bay really become a culinary destination in and of itself. So thank you so much, Pandee.
Oh, thank you.
And look forward to coming in and eating your food and your tomatoes as often as possible. I'm Bonnie Graves, talking with Chef Pandee Pearson at Lido Restaurant in beautiful Dolphin Bay Resort in Pismo Beach, California. Thanks for joining us, and come check out this restaurant, folks. I mean, look at this view. We invite you to come and stay with us sometime soon.